What's up everyone, welcome back to Two New Heights. If this is your first time on the channel, I hope you enjoy and I hope you stick around because today we're at the second largest gym in the nation. Freaking Oakland, California. They might have the biggest gym, but today we're going to show you why this gym has the biggest heart. We put a lot of work into this video, so let's head inside. There's a lot to cover.
First of all, Earth Treks itself is actually a chain gym, unlike most climbing gyms. Englewood is just one of their many locations, not only in Colorado, but in the entire world. They have 5 locations in Colorado specifically. Englewood is just outside of Denver. It's like a subsection of Denver. And it is the second largest climbing gym in the world, as we mentioned before. The price of admission here is $16 usually, which I think is a very fair price considering a lot of gyms charge way more than that for just a single day of climbing. So what you get for $16 a full day of climbing is really, really good.
Nice.
That was harder.
Yeah, definitely looked like it. Good job.
So far, Earth Treks actually has a really chill vibe to it. Like, one thing that Blaine and I were talking about that's really important is the lighting, because at our local gyms, the lighting, it's often like really dark and like moody and like gross. But here the lighting's nice, it's natural, they have plenty of sunroofs, and they have nice music playing, and it's a huge gym, but when it's quiet like it is right now, it has such a small gym feel to it, which is really nice. And it just looks nice. It's a very chill place to be. People come in here and they'll just get on their laptop and do work or something like that. But overall, the atmosphere at Earth Treks is just really cool. It's refreshing, it's spacious, and you definitely don't feel claustrophobic, so that's a good thing. Yeah.
So the services for Earth Trek specifically is one of the best that I've seen for most gyms. The moment you walk in, you're not only welcomed by the staff, but by like the environment. So just the feel of the gym, as we talked about earlier, the atmosphere. And then a lot of the things they offer, some gyms do not offer. For example, they have a full-on shop inside the gym itself. Like literally any climbing gear you can think of, they have it. Not on like a huge REI type scale, but like some pretty dang good stuff. You can buy a pair of climbing shoes, chalk bag, harness, basically anything you need for a gym, as well as tons of different brands of chalk, and then a bunch of other just climbing gear too, like carabiners, belay devices, pretty much anything you need. In addition to the climbing gear, you can also buy food and like a bunch of different like calorie inducing foods, such as like Cliff, chalk blocks, all that kind of stuff that you would need while climbing. That actually really helps you to like be motivated to stay fueled and keep climbing. So super big thumbs up for their services here. So that point actually leads me into my next thing of what can you expect as a new climber going into that gym. So like I mentioned, the customer service, they do offer belay courses and basic climbing courses if you want. So if you're a new climber, you've never been climbing before, you can go right up, be like, hey, I've never been climbing, can you teach me how to belay? And they will do that happily. For the climbs itself, we'll get into that in just a bit, but I will say that Earth Treks does a very good job of making a very wide range of climbs for, as far as difficulties and like fun levels go. So there's a lot of like really good beginner climbs, especially in the bouldering area, that you can start on and get your feet wet in it and like, oh, this is awesome, I want to try this V9. I wish I could do that when I was starting climbing. It didn't happen, but anyways, one other thing that I will mention is that the gear rentals for Earth Treks are actually very quality. Most new climbers obviously aren't going to have their own gear, so you can rent gear at Earth Treks for not much money at all.
climbs here are really, really cool. For bouldering and sport, which I think has like 400 routes total, they have really easy routes and really hard routes. For bouldering, they have like V intro up to like V11, and on sport routes, we saw 514A. It's insane. And the routes feel really good. The holds are really grippy and it's satisfying. They have tons of crazy shapes, and they feel pretty good because I come from a gym that grades pretty stiffly, and so these climbs feel a little easier than what I'm used to, but that's probably a good thing because then you can try harder climbs and do better. They're changed every few months depending on how popular the climb is, just because of how many there are. So if you want a project, that's a really good thing because then you can project for weeks on end and the climb will stay there. So overall, awesome climbing. I guess that's what it's all about.
All right, everybody, that pretty much wraps it up. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully we come back and do this at another gym. We really enjoyed reviewing this, even though we didn't get to climb as much. Filming was a blast. The guys here were awesome. So, but lastly, thank you to EarthTrex and the guys at the front desk, specifically Milo, for letting us film here and being so helpful with all this stuff. So if you're ever in Englewood or around, be sure to come check out this gym. But thanks for watching again. See you next time on To New Heights.
All right.